good morning, afternoon, or evening. This is a voice of one crying in the wilderness, beyond Jordan. As if I were inviting you, as John the Baptist at that little pool near Jordan. That pool was basically his podcast. So it is that I, with my humble effort, in my own pool, invite you to come and enjoy rebirth. At least receive another way of looking at things. Keep in mind, folks, that Caiaphas, chief priest of the Temple of Jerusalem, most powerful guy around, turned to his underlings and said, "Hey, yeah, look at this. We're down. Our income's down here. What our receipts, our temple receipts? What's going on?" He said, "Well, you know that two shekel temple tax you have us charging? Yeah. You know, where we make them change out their goat and cow for that 2 shekels, and then we turn around and sell that cow for 400 billion shekels? Yeah. Well, they're not paying that 2 shekel temple tax, Caiaphas." He said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, man, they're not paying it." So Caiaphas says, "Well, look, go on down there and find out what's going on." So Caiaphas sends the scouts out to see, hear, smell what's going on. And as they're going out of the temple and out into the desert, they see a prayer line stretching halfway across Judea. And they follow the line up to this little podcast, to this pool. And there is John the Baptist in this little tiny pool, and he takes the people and he holds them down. He holds them down until the instant before death, and then he lets them burst forth into the air, reborn. And so the scouts see that and say, "Hey, you." I said, "Yeah. Who are you?" He says, "I'm a voice of one crying in the wilderness." I said, "Well, what talisman, what magic, how you conjure?" He said, "I use mere water." And the scouts go, "Well, they look at all these people waiting for free to get dunked and almost killed. And so they ride back to Caiaphas and say, "Listen, you don't have to worry about this guy. We'll get the boy down the block." "You mean that crony?" "Yeah, we get him to go arrest this guy, throw him in jail, and we stop his podcast." I spend my time telling you this, folks, because of course this effort of mine is basically a podcast. As I stand in the pool, inviting you to come forth and to enjoy rebirth. You don't have to accept what is going on in America today. The mass media, the freedom-hating mass media, the socialist Democrats, the eco-fascists, Tom Steyer and his crew, all these people have combined to try to stop your effort to get into this pool and enjoy rebirth. And they're doing it in a very interesting way. They're telling you that you should not want to escape the grip of the nanny state. That you should enjoy. That you should want to be under the boot of the would-be master. Backed up by a boisterous, envious mob and a complicit, freedom-hating mass media. Yes, folks. You can come and enjoy another way. Rebirth. Why not enjoy and support another way? We call it the March to Make Salt. as John was liberating all these people spiritually, it is my mission to try to give you enough information that as you come up and take that breath, you can go, whoa, I don't have to be a slave. I don't have to give a 2-shekel temple tax to a socialist. I don't have to do that. I can support liberation. I can support such liberators as Rick Scott, for instance. Bill Nelson is a socialist. Bill Nelson wants to continue and raise the death tax. You mean the tax that destroys the Florida farmer? That's right. You mean the death tax that Bill Nelson says he wants to make sure farming becomes government controlled? That's right. Bill Nelson. And I bring him up because as you look at this other way that I'm proposing, you will see that the scouts, you will see the Caiaphas types out there telling you, pay the 2-shekel temple tax. Bill Nelson is Caiaphas. He says, raise the taxes. Increase our grip on people. That's Bill Nelson. On the other hand, Rick Scott, and I ask you to consider him because in this new way that I'm proposing, this otherwise unhampered market effort, this freedom march, this march to make salt as we call it, this march where people join in, this prayer line stretching across the United States, and everyone in this pool of liberation saying, yes, Stephen, yes, yes, we also understand the miracle of rebirth. And I say to you, join us. Join this march to make salt. Yes, as I said, it's just a podcast. But wasn't John the Baptist only in a mere pool with mere water? Please join us.